What the heck is a consultant, and why should you, as a therapist, put some serious thought into becoming one? I'm going to tell you all about it in this short video. Hey, I'm Katie Reed. I'm a therapist just like you, and I am a marketing strategist for clinicians and clinic coaches. That is, therapists who have outgrown their private practices and want to move on to things like coaching, consulting, online courses, and much, much more. Make sure you subscribe below. I love being here every week with you and giving you all my best free advice, free info to grow and then outgrow your private practice. So, what is a consultant? What do consultants actually do? The truth is, the range is massive, and you, as a therapist, are so highly qualified to begin a career as a consultant right now. I think what happens for a lot of us is we get a little intimidated because we think of consultants as working with leaders in business, and often they do. This is often what consultants are brought in for, is to help leaders, to help managers, maybe to help CEOs, to help people at companies get along better. And we look at that and think, well, what does that have to do with therapy? So here's the thing. In some ways, it has everything to do with therapy. So often in business, people rise through the ranks, they get up there, they become managers, they're suddenly in charge of people. But you know what? They never maybe learned great leadership skills. They never learned great communication skills. Maybe they suddenly have a bunch of employees and either they're disorganized, they're not a great communicator, they're not a good teacher, they're not a strong and confident leader. All of those things are areas where you, as a consultant, can come in and help. In fact, I have one client right now, his niche is so interesting. He helps construction companies in particular, it's a particular passion area for him, and he helps them retain millennial workers, knowing that the expectations of the older generation of the employers are so different than the expectations of the younger generation. So anywhere that you can identify that kind of communication rift, that rift in style where you might be able to come in and help, that would be the perfect opportunity for you as a therapist to use all the things you know, all the things you've learned, all the info you have, but to just apply it in a slightly different and often much more lucrative way. So what are some of the popular consulting areas today? I'll tell you what, I know somebody else, she goes in and consults with companies about how to work with a neurodiverse staff. So for example, computer companies, they might want to hire people on the autism spectrum because of their unique strengths and abilities, but then they realize I sort of have to manage this person differently than I manage others on the staff because of their neurodiversity. Well, she has a really specialized service. She goes in and she helps with that. There were times that I, and maybe you, I was a leader, I was a director in community mental health. We had consultants who would come in and lead planning days, lead short retreat days for the directors, for the executives, so that we could plan or we could put together a budget or we could maybe work through some problems that were happening in the agency. We had this outside person who would come in, and I have a client actually doing this right now, come in and lead short retreat days where they would just take us through a series of exercises, whether it was helping us make a plan, helping us communicate, maybe giving us a leadership or a management training. There's any number of different things you can do. And I think what happens is therapists get intimidated. They step back from this. They feel like I'm not a business leader, so I have nothing to offer here. Well, business leaders are not trained in human dynamics. Business leaders are not trained in communication styles, in attachment styles, in systems theory, the way we are. You know all this stuff. It's the same stuff that you would apply to your work in a family, you can bring into a business 100%. Or if you yourself have ever been in a management or leadership position, there is no reason that you can't take those lessons from that experience and now add in everything you know as a therapist. And what an incredible, powerful consultant you can be as you go into businesses and do this work with them. So I want you to think about and drop in the comments below, if you've ever thought about consulting, what is an area of expertise for you that you could possibly offer to a business, to an organization, to somebody near you that you might be interested in going in as a consultant and offering. And another one to consider is a lot of consultants offer training. So have you ever offered trainings in the past in any of these areas that are interesting for business owners? Or have you gone into businesses and done some trainings, or would you like to in the future? Drop it in the comments below. Your ideas might spark other people in their local areas to have similar ideas for themselves. And we, again, can grow the tribe. So another big appeal with moving, outgrowing your office, and adding consulting as a service is income. I'm just going to be honest with you. When you're working with businesses obviously have a lot more money to play with than our individual clients do. And so consultants tend to be paid very highly. I was just talking to one client of mine the other day who was saying educational consultants in her area who go in and do consults with the school, the typical day rate is about $4,000 a day for them. And that's the public schools, you guys. Like, these are not, rich private schools. That's just a public school. It can pay a consultant $4,000 a day to come in, bring their expertise, and do their consultation work. Another woman I know, she's not a therapist, but she's going into a company. She's putting together one project for them, just one project. It's not going to take a tremendous amount of her time, and she's going to be paid at minimum $25,000 for that project. So you can imagine now, you start to think about how quickly your income can grow when you add consulting and when you target businesses and you start locally and you build on those relationships. I would love to teach you more about this. I teach all of this over in my Clinician to Coach class. And no, it's not just clinicians to coaches. It's coaches, consultants, course creators, and so much more. So if you're interested in that, the place to start is the More Money Masterclass, which is on my website at katiereed.com. I want you to start over there in the More Money Masterclass. I want you to watch that, start to expand your horizons a little bit about ways that you can outgrow your practice, and then join me in Clinician to Coach, where I will teach you the step-by-step nitty-gritty to build this new, exciting, lucrative business from the ground up. Hey, in the meantime, join us over in my free Facebook group, The Therapreneurs. We are filled up with ambitious therapists just like you. And again, visit my website, get all the freebies there are to download over there, katiereed.com. Reed is spelled R-E-A-D. I will see you next time. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the rest of the videos in this short series about therapists turned coaches and beyond. I will see you next time. Bye, everybody. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this and you want more, check out my website at katiereed.com. And remember, it's Reed spelled like read a book, R-E-A-D. And also check out these other great therapist marketing videos and hit subscribe so that you never miss a new little tidbit coming your way every single week to grow your practice. Bye.